Sean Diddy Combs' ex-assistant just told the court why she never reported his abuse, because she feared for her life, her job, and her sanity. Testifying under the name Mia, she said that working for Combs meant being screamed at, humiliated, and threatened if she didn't post about his birthday or promote his events, stuff like that. But when she tried to leave, his staff told her to get back to work. Now, Mia didn't call the cops, didn't go to HR. You might ask why. Well, she said they wouldn't have believed me. I would have been fired immediately. She said staying quiet was the only way to survive Combs's what she called wrath. The court also saw hotel records, $500 oil cleanup charges, fake names like Frank Black, and full guest access for Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, who previously accused him of assault. Now, more witnesses this week, including another woman set to testify under the name Jane. A couple of things. One, again, these stories of Diddy being awful and being terrifying and being abusive are all compelling to me. I believe the victims. I think what remains an open question is how effectively the prosecution is tying Diddy's awful actions to the actual charges that are being presented to him. So far, I see the through line. I do. I think there's a through line between establishing the force, the threat, and then say that the threat is the predicate for, the danger of Puff is the predicate for the coercion and the fraud and the other things that convince people to participate in these sexual crimes that they're alleging as well. And then the funds that are used, the institutional power that's used makes it connects it to the racketeering. There's a thread there. I don't know how effectively the jury's being convinced, or how effectively the prosecution is persuading the jury. And I haven't watched it close enough as a viewer myself to make a definitive judgment. I just haven't seen enough of the footage because there's no cameras in it, so everything is third party. Everything is so and so said this, so and so reported that. So it's all bits and pieces and press releases. But based on what is being leaked, it seems like the prosecution is making its case. And when people see things like the oil cleanup charges, the fake names, the ostensibly freaky stories, all that stuff, I'm just not sure how that plays. I mean, there are people, there's a way that, again, the jury will read him as a quote unquote sexual deviant, whether that's fair or not. They may be criminalizing just his alleged queerness or same-sex interactions or whatever. But at the end of the day, the jury could decide people who do that stuff are bad people and bad people belong in jail and prosecute Diddy whether the state meets his burden or not. Or conversely, the jury could very quickly decide, you know what, yeah, he's a freaky dude. He's into some shit I ain't into, or am into. Either way, that's different than being a criminal based on these charges. So there might be people for whom this life, these extravagant storytelling about Diddy's sexual acts and life could serve either side effectively in ways that we don't anticipate. That's all I'm saying. So there's really no way to know how these witnesses are hitting home. But I think the thing that we have to be reminded of, no matter what, is that these women are telling, and some men apparently are telling important stories, powerful stories. And we should begin from a presumption of trust and respect and engagement and not presume that they're lying. Like, why are we giving Diddy the benefit of the doubt? I'm not talking about the legal benefit of the doubt. I'm talking about in our public discourse. Why are we denying the legitimacy of so many claims? Let's think through that. Let's think through that. Let's ask ourselves different questions. And hopefully we can arrive in a place where we actually address the needs and the condition of people most vulnerable.